Hello, fellow Prince fans. Today I got another one from a really cool video, and this is a version of the Billy Cobham song Stratus. And in this particular video, there's no timestamps, but I noticed I was kind of scrolling through it. It had like titles to the song, so I picked out this one to see where it goes because he's hinted at it in another video I watched, and I mistakenly. I know the song from Jeff Beck, but I remember buying the Billy Cobham record that Stratus is on. I'm blanking on the name of the record, but Billy Cobham's one of my favorite drummers from Mahavishnu Orchestra, and he went on to do solo records, obviously. And how I know the song mostly, though, like I was saying, is I've seen Jeff Beck a lot, and he's been playing Stratus for the last couple of decades with all his bands, and such a hip tune. When I heard Prince do it, I thought it was Star Cycle. That might have been Star Cycle. I'm not sure. Completely different feel of that song. Anyway, I digress. So here's a cool version of Stratus. I hope we'll see what it's like. Prince doing Billy Cobham's song Stratus.
Y'all ready?
I am.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Check out Jeff Beck doing this at Bonnie Scott's. If you want to hear a cool version.
Turn it up.
Using the octaver. That's so fucking cool. He loves the octaver. Sounds so good. Nice. Some outplaying for sure there. I love this part.
Bring that up. Get it.
That's a bass player from Third Eye Girl, right?
John Blackwell.
So I had mentioned in a previous video about John Blackwell, and obviously a stellar drummer, but there's a great drummer named Ed Blackwell. He passed away in the early 90s, who played with Ornette Coleman, Don Cherry, kind of more adventurous jazz players. And he also, I think he did that Pat Metheny record 8081 with Dewey Redman and not Dave Holland. I'm totally blanking on the bass player. Charlie Hayden. Kind of a pretty seminal kind of pairing of players. And anyway, I don't believe he's related to John Blackwell. But and then I read kind of about the tragic end to John Blackwell, that he had a brain tumor and passed away, I think in 2016. So that's terrible at like the age of 42. So that's pretty young. So not to bring everyone down, but I thought that was terrible to hear that. So anyway, back to Stratus. I'm kind of looking up some details on that song. Yeah, it is. Well, let's just play the rest and then we'll talk about it. Man, how many bands like this have these long, great solo sections anymore? Almost none. No rock bands. I mean, yeah, there's some jam bands that do it, but like funk bands. There's a flanger. So that is Prince doing the Billy Cobham record Stratus. And so I quickly looked up. I was pretty sure it was on Spectrum, which is a great Billy Cobham record from, I'm going to look, from 73. So he was in Mahavishnu Orchestra. I don't remember the actual dates, but this might have been on the tail end of that recording. He did the first two records, Intermounting Flame and Birds of Fire, and I don't believe, and there's the live ones, but I don't believe he did the next one. So, that band was, Mahavishnu Orchestra was like, they just were like an engine that was running at, 10,000 RPMs or something and kind of burnt themselves out, unfortunately. But Billy Cobham is a huge part of that sound and really brought that kind of high energy drums to fusion because you needed to. Not that there wasn't amazing drummers before that and even rock drummers, but he kind of fused both of the literally the jazz rock fusion. And obviously the guitar player on Spectrum was Tommy Bolin, who had done one record with Deep Purple. I think it might have been after this, but anyway, cool song, and yeah, it's on that record. And Jan Hammer is on Stratus, which you can always tell his influence on, whether it's Jeff Beck, Mahavishnu Orchestra, or all the other records that he did by himself, and also Al Di Meola's records from the '70s. He could go toe to toe with all of those great guitar players. So I'm making this a little more long winded than maybe you would hope, but I just kind of when I heard him hint at, I'm gonna have to go back and find that video where he's hinting at Star Cycle, which is I believe it's a Jan Hammer tune that was on There and Back, the Jeff Beck record from like about '80. I could be wrong, but I just was, I was blown away by that, that he was doing stuff like that. That's like, I know he always had a great horn section, and you hear kind of nods to like old standards or kind of like Miles and stuff like that occasionally, but I didn't know he would do like the whole deal, like the whole tune. So trying to look quickly. Oh yeah, and Jack Dejan, or not Jack Dejan, sorry, Billy Cobham was on Bitches Brew, Miles Davis record, and then Live Evil, which is even cooler. And so he was on those Miles records, which I totally forgot. And sorry, I'm just kind of. Oh yeah, so he Spectrum came out the same year Birds of Fire, the second Mahavishnu record, and he was only officially on 4 Mahavishnu records, Billy Cobham. I know we're talking about Billy Cobham, but whatever. And he was on the first 2, Intermountain Flame, Birds of Fire. Then there's the live between Nothingness and Eternity, which is a terrible recording of them. And they were going to do a 3rd record called something, and it's came out as the Lost Trident Sessions, which was like some incomplete recordings. That's kind of okay. And then he also played drums on the comeback record of Mahavishnu in 1984 with Jonas Hellborg playing bass, incredible bass player, Mitch Foreman playing keyboards, Foreman and Danny Gottlieb playing, Billy Cobham's playing drums. So, and then I think Bill Evans playing saxophone. Anyway, I've really gotten off track with this, but it's so cool to hear Prince do this, and such a great tune, and they just nailed it. So if you've watched this far into this, I apologize for derailing it into a discussion about Billy Cobham, but an important player for sure. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Please check back for more.